Well, I studied industrial design at the Technical University here in Eindhoven, and I first encountered digital fabrication actually at the Waag in Amsterdam, because I was doing my internship there at that time. It's like 2007 already, so quite some time ago. And there I was working in the Fab Lab, and I was working with the machines, and I was organizing some workshops and events and everything, and I really liked that. So when I graduated, I was thinking, well, what should I do? I want to try to start my own Fab Lab here in Eindhoven. Yes, it does, I think. Yeah, because you have all these digital fabrication tools, you can really quickly in the process already start prototyping. And when you have a prototype, you can start testing and make iterations really fast actually in the process. In university, it wasn't much focused on the fabrication itself, but that is something I learned really during my internship actually. But what I learned in university, that usability of a product is really important, and that is something you can also test when producing or prototyping something. I also think the way you think about a design becomes different, because you immediately think about how you can use the tools in your process already. So when you make use of certain tools, you have to use a certain design thinking way, I think, for how to build up or construct your design. And I think it's really valuable, because you can make much more steps in the same amount of time and much more iterations in your process, and so the product becomes more of a high quality. We do a building session or a creative thinking session where we can also use the laser cutter or 3D printer in a workshop phase. What I would like to do more is to share the design thinking way, and also to share the possibilities of the digital manufacturing inside this, together with this workshop. I'm not really the business plan type, but I took a gamble actually when I started this, and I was thinking, I noticed when I was working in different other Fab Labs that the laser cutter is the machine that is most used by people, and it's really easy to use. You can use it really fast, you can make the drawings really fast, and then translate it into a prototype really quickly. So I decided to buy a laser cutter and to just rent it out to other people actually. And because I was in this environment, it was previously Little Mountain back then when I started, there were already quite some designers around me who were using the machine already. So then you have a more easy start actually, and also the network was quite big, and there are many designers in Eindhoven, so it talks around really fast, and by that I was able to get my company running actually. Well, I don't share a lot of files on the internet, but I do share the things people made at the Vakterij. So I use my website. I always ask people when they created something, please send me a picture and a small text, and I'm sharing it online as a portfolio of the Vakterij. But this means that's also creating a network actually around it. So I think that's the most important part, and I think in the relation of sharing knowledge, I'm like the key factor in that. And if people come here and they have a question about a certain object or a certain material or whatever, I most of the time know somebody else who can tell them more about it if I don't know it myself. So I don't share everything literally on the internet, but because there's this network behind it. Yeah, so it's different than with what you see at other Fab Labs, that you have to share your files and everything, because I have people pay to use the machine, and some people, they are really selling their object. They cannot always be open, but they can be open about the way of working and sharing expertises. It changes. It really changes really fast, I think. I see myself as a designer as the spider in a web. So I'm able to talk to a programmer, I'm able to talk to a graphic designer, I'm able to talk to an electronical person, whatever. And I'm the spider in this web, so I can combine all the knowledge of different people into one design. And I think that is one of the strengths of a designer nowadays. And also when designing products, I think a challenge as a designer is to design more parametric design. So you design a tool where everybody can make their own personal design, but still with your own signature in it. Yeah. I think that is a challenge as a designer, so you have to be prepared for that, because the tools are getting more and more available, and the way of designing, people want to design, everybody's a designer.